Hello students, welcome back to the class. Last classes we have discussed about the factors that are mainly responsible for regionalism. Okay, so in that last class what are the things we have discussed? First we are going to the region. According to the definition of S.R. Maheshwari, a particular territory when it is set apart as a region which contains different variables operates in the different degree. Whenever the particular territories, when it contains geographical area, languages, customs, religions, and also they have a sense of unity among themselves, then that is called as region. Now we are going forward. Okay, there are many factors which are responsible for the rise of regionalism. So political, social and economic are the main factors which are responsible for the rise of regionalism. Factors which are mainly responsible for regionalism, we have seen many factors. First we have seen that because of slow pace of development. So whenever the national parties, when they develop the whenever the development activities are very slowly, then the local peoples they will go for the alternative resources, and that is the starting point of regionalism. This is the one thing. Second thing is leadership is very important. So whatever the leadership will be there, whenever the development is when the development is reaching at a high level, then regionalism concept will never develop. But whenever there is a low pace of development, in that condition people will go for some alternative resources when they will not be satisfied with the development. When the people are not satisfied with development, then they will go for the alternative resources, and then that factors are mainly responsible for regionalism. So second important factors which are mainly responsible for regionalism we can find, that is because of whenever the development, whatever the development, when it is not reaching to the grassroots level, when the development is not reaching to the grassroots level, or when the main people are not getting any type of development, when the ordinary peoples are not getting any type of development, in that condition the regionalism will form. For example, there is a local, whenever the resources are there, when the resources of development is not making benefits for the local peoples, then the concept of regionalism will form. For example, Jharkhand is the best example. In Jharkhand we have seen the Chota Nagpur plateau. So whatever the Chota Nagpur plateau is well known for rich in minerals, but that minerals which are there in the Chota Nagpur plateau is not benefiting the local peoples. So whenever the benefits are not reaching to the main peoples, when the benefits are not reaching to the grassroots level, when the benefits are not reaching to the ordinary people, then the concept of regionalism will automatically increases. So here we have understand that when the benefits are not reaching, when the benefits are not reaching to the grassroots level, in Chota Nagpur plateau, most of the plateaus were exploited by the industries, businessmen, okay, of various parties. But whatever the peoples which are coming from the outside in the form of entrepreneurs, businessmen, they are exploiting all the resources, but the maximum benefits are not getting to the local people. Okay, so this is the mainly factors which are responsible. So minerals, when they are utilizing, that first it should be benefited to the local peoples. So whenever whatever the resources are available in the nature in the local area, that should give first benefits to the local peoples. Okay, then the concept of regionalism will not develops. Okay, in the form of these regionalisms can also responsible for large scale migration because of fear. Okay, sometimes because of fear and anxiety, what will happen? Anxiety, most of the people will migrate from one place to another place. Fear of economic, okay, because of fear of economic or fall of share market, or if you have that fear, and because of some political fears also, some political parties will create fears. Okay, due to this what happen, large scale migrations will occur. Okay, whenever this problem is causing, then that can lead further regionalism. For example, we have seen Maharashtra. Okay, in Maharashtra they are giving an importance to the Maharashtrians, then the outsiders. They have created fear among the mind of outsiders, and which large scale migration has been occurred. So this is also one responsible for regionalism. So the other important source of regionalism is aggressive regionalism. So whenever the people have proud upon their region, and when they hate other region, then that concept is called as aggressive regionalism. So these are the mainly factors which are promoting the concept of regionalism. Now the sixth factors which are mainly responsible for the rise of regionalism is fear and anxiety, children. Okay, this is a fear and anxiety about some certain cultural identities are responsible for the rise of regionalism. because of some cultural identities are mainly responsible for the rise of regionalism. Such as if you see the linguistic and cultural groups of various minorities, religious minorities are causing a fear of assimilations and acculturations. First of all, we should know accumulations and acculturations of predominant culture and language. So, because of this there is a fear of assimilations and acculturations. What is called as assimilations means different backgrounds, they came to see themselves as a part of large nation. Whenever the different backgrounds, when they are coming together in order to see the nation as a large nation, then that is called as assimilations. Acculturations is nothing but adoption of different patterns from the surrounding areas. Whenever if you are adopting different type of culture from the surrounding area, that is called as acculturations. Assimilations and acculturations. So, this is the mainly problem which is causing for most of the problems which are mainly causing for assimilations and acculturations. And sometimes we can find most of the regional parties, okay, which are the regional parties are mainly emerging outside the Hindi belts, are resisting forceful impositions. For example, Tamil Nadu is the best example. So, DMK party, Davida Munnetra Kazhagam have demanded that official language should not be Hindi. Okay, so official language Hindi is forcefully impositions upon them. So, that is also one form of regionalism. So, because of some regional parties, what they are doing, that these regional parties are emerging outside the Hindi belts, okay, and they resist and they feel that Hindi, the most of the languages are mainly forceful impositions upon them. So, this is also one causes of regionalism. So, here we have understand there are many factors. Once again, if you go forward, according to S.R. Maheshwari, we have seen that a territory which is considered as a set apart as a regions when it contains different variables or operating in different degrees. There are many factors which are mainly responsible for the rise of regionalism. If you see, the political, economic and cultural factors are mainly responsible for the rise of regionalism. We have seen that due to the slow pace of development by the national party, the people of the local peoples has went for the alternative resources, and that leads for the rise of regionalism. Second important thing, if you see that about regionalism, we have seen that because whenever the development, when the maximum amount of development is not reaching to the grassroots level or ordinary level of the people, then the concept of regionalism is developing. For example, if you see Jharkhand, Chota Nagpur plateau is very rich in minerals. So, but whatever the mineral resources are there that are being exploited by industries and entrepreneurs, and that resources benefits are not reaching to the poor people, that is only benefited by the outside people. So, whenever the maximum benefits are not reaching to the ordinary peoples or the local peoples of that particular area, then the concept of regionalism will also develop. So, this is one point. And at the same time, we have seen there are many factors which are responsible. Okay. Now, we will go forward. Fear and anxiety is also one of the factors which are responsible because of this fear. And one more factor is we have studied that due to the fear and anxiety, large number of people are leaving the particular states, and that leads for migrations. So, the fear is mainly because of political domination which are mainly created by the native peoples, or due to the economic fear. Due to the political and economic fear, most of the people are migrating to the other countries. So, that is also mainly responsible for the causes of regionalism. Such as we can find aggressive, in some states we can find the concept of aggressive nationalism, regionalism is very high. So, aggressive regionalism is proud upon the regions and hations on other region, due to which what happened, large number of people are migrating due to the political dominations which are created by the native people, or else due to the economic fear, most of the people are migrating. Okay. So, this is also one of the factor responsible. So, in Assam we can find similar activities taken place for Bangladeshi also. Okay, Assam peoples have aggressive regionalism against Bangladesh. Okay, similarly if you see okay, Assam and Bangladesh, Tamil Nadu also they have an aggressive regionalism, and similarly in Maharashtra also we can find there is an aggressive regionalism. So, this concept can be seen responsible. Now, here if you see the fear and anxieties of certain cultural identities are mainly responsible for the rise of regionalism. We can find linguistic and cultural groups. So, because of linguistic and different type of cultural groups of religious minorities are creating a fear of assimilations and aculture relations. Assimilation means whenever the different backgrounds are come together and whenever the different types of people are coming together to form a large nation, that is called as assimilations. Aculture relations means whenever the peoples are adopting the local culture, whenever the adoptions and the behavior whenever you are adopting the behavior pattern of surrounding culture, that is called as aculture relations. Adopting of surrounding cultures and adopting of behavior and surrounding cultures is called as aculture relation. Assimilations are nothing but different types of people or different groups of people are coming together to form a large nation, that is called assimilation. So, these two concepts, that is a great fear for these two things. So, regionalism is a great fear for these two important things, and also most of the regional parties are mainly responsible for the rises of regionalism. For example, in Tamil Nadu we can find DMK party which have imposed Hindi. So, these regional parties are outside the Hindi belts, okay, and they are giving and they resist forceful impositions, okay, they resist the forceful imposition. So, this is the main responsible for the rise of regionalism, okay. So, we will meet you in the next class and we will discuss with a complete new topic. Thank you very much, children.